Hi everyone. So this week we are supposed to do a vlog in regards to the constraints and questions provided to us by Alex on our Canvas section. So just as an idea, I've taken digital storytelling, the introductory course Digital World, digital sound design, image design, and web design usability, as well as I think like one more. I haven't taken my senior capstone, but we will get there. So just kind of starting out on our questions. So, how might we as a minor better maintain our ability to provide students with vastly different perspectives on media theories and various media production practices? I think we're already kind of doing that by having so many different course options. So, like, if there's so many people who enjoy video and audio production. We have classes for them. People who want to go into more of the advertising realm can use the image design stuff. Um, so, like, I've really enjoyed web design and image design because those are two things that I think can go really well with the creative writing, like marketing, advertising, social media, that kind of realm. So I think we're already kind of doing that without creating extra classes. I don't really know how we can expand too much just because of curriculum restraints. Um, how might we provide necessarily online and digital collaboration and communication skills while also maintaining an equitable work life for students and professors alike? Um, I mean, a lot of our classes right now are online. There's only a few that I think are actually in person. Um, I'm not really quite sure how to work on that one, especially because of the constraint of really only one official professor. Um, I think maybe in the online classes, at least from my experience so far, some of the assignments don't feel all that immersive. Like, it's kind of difficult with, of course, being online, um, doing different kinds of activities, but certain things I feel like are not as substantially, um, I don't even know how to put it into words. I feel like there could be more that could come out of it. Um, of course, sometimes maybe meeting in person is really nice. It's been really good in other classes with Alex where he's done Google phone calls or whatever. That's really helpful. I think that's a really good place to kind of review and discuss terms and whatnot. I think that can maybe be utilized a little bit more. Um, how might we ensure that students of any learning environment have the ability to learn, understand, and explore with different media technology while also producing substantive work? I think that, again, we're kind of doing that already with these different types of classes, but I think that one thing that's kind of important is sometimes I don't feel like I'm producing super substantive work. Some days I feel like it, other days I didn't really feel like I was doing all that much. Um, I guess in relation to other classes, it didn't feel like the same kind of work production. So we already have the starting point of these different types of classes that can appeal to different people. I think maybe analyzing what we're doing and how to improve that will be really good. So, like, more student presentations maybe could be super nice. This kind of ties into question number 5, I think. Um, but I'll get to that in a minute. It's more of um, also maybe trying out different locations. If, of course, we need all of our technology, But one thing that I really loved, especially about sound design, was we had to go out there, we had to record our own sounds for certain things. We were encouraged to go out and do things. We went and we looked at the sound recording studio, and I thought that was really neat. So I almost feel like there's bound to be other areas, at least within the Muncie area, where we could go and do more things. Like, take students out of one learning environment and really try to take them elsewhere and show them what all these skills that they are learning, like where they can be used, what they can be used for, and how that can apply to whatever their main major is. Okay, question 5. I like this one. So, how might we promote equitable division of labor between professors and students to produce substantive understanding and application of course and minor concepts? This is especially with the idea that Alex is the only main professor. So, I've noticed that there don't really seem to be too many TAs, and I really think that there's potential there because I don't know about all of you, but I'd be super excited to try and be a TA or do some sort of internship to take some of the stress off of the professor and have a chance to teach all these concepts that I've learned. So, building on my knowledge, but also helping other people with their knowledge. Um, so, I think maybe looking into creating TA positions could be very good. More student group activities. I don't really recall too many times when I've ever been in a student group and felt super productive or like, I was challenged 100%. Like student presentations, a lot of these classes is just the lecture trying out whatever we're learning about, and then, you'll have 1 or 2 days of you just doing nothing. And then sometimes you don't even get to show what you've done, like you've done this great thing or something that could maybe be improved on, and you don't really get to talk about it at all. And so I think more student presentations, like getting to show your work would be really good to do. And then just more student group things so that there's interaction there and that, we're learning to bounce ideas off of each other because whatever major you're in, your brain is usually programmed to think that way. So I think it'd be smart to do that. Given our constraints, what approaches do you see to a diverse student population with differing needs and uses for the minor, with the primary focus for students being on leveraging these skills to project their own research and creative projects? Again, I kind of think some student projects could be useful for that. Maybe a field trip could be very useful because then kids can actually see like what this knowledge is used for, and maybe they'll find a job that they never even thought about. Um, I'm not really quite sure yet what other approaches I can think of. Part of it might just be because I don't know enough yet. And I do think some of it will need to take a look at the syllabi for all these classes because some of these classes I don't even know what we're doing. Like, I've never taken intro to social media. Like, there's so much potential there. Like, are there things that we could do in that class? I don't know what goes on. We have the usability course. We have oh shoot, what even is that class? We have other classes like new ones, so design thinking and like interactivity design. I don't know what goes on in that. So I think it'd be really good to look at what classes exist and what the core goals are for each one so that we can figure out what's hitting and what's missing, as well as figure out maybe where professors think that we need to develop more. because we're thinking about it from the student perspective, but we also should consider, like, what do professors think need to be touched on more? I have ideas, like, there's various things I think could be done, but for all I know, they're being done elsewhere, like learning how to do design, like, or even app design, graphic design, any of that stuff can be done very, like, could be integrated into other classes. Um, like, there's just a lot. I know that I took a look at some more Adobe products that I think could be worked in somewhere. There's an Adobe product that can help you animate things, and I'm like, sign me up, that would be amazing. And that's within our capabilities of Adobe products. It's There's just so many things that I think we need to take a look at classes, figure out maybe where some of these ideas can be worked in, what's working, what's not, and take a look at it that way. So I know this was a long video. I apologize, but I hope that it was helpful. I hope that, we can all try to figure out more ideas. So thanks for listening. Bye.